Every underground rapper that you think is next up is probably garbage. And that's okay. That's just the truth about where we're at right now. Let me start off with a little reality check. The underground is filled with artists who are experimenting, doing different things, and genuinely just trying to find themselves. But the problem is that fans act like every one of their favorite underground artists are at a Drake level status when they're just not. Because in reality, a lot of these artists are still trying to figure out their own sound themselves. Growing up in the underground, this basic finding themselves kind of route is something that they still haven't mastered. Most of the time, it's not about talent, it's about development. And most of these artists have not developed themselves yet. But the underground culture hypes everybody up like they're mainstream ready, and I'm getting kind of tired of it. The thing that we need to talk about is the bubble. You are in a bubble. And I want to be very clear here. I am a fan of the underground music that I'm hearing. All underground rappers, everything like that. I'm a fan. I'm not a hater. I am not a hater. Don't take it like that. But you need to realize one thing. As an underground fan, we are in a bubble. And this is a very small bubble, and it might feel like it's huge, but it only feels like it's huge because we're in it. A lot of the times when you're a fan of something or you're really into something, it feels bigger than it really is to the masses or on a grand scheme of things. What happens is that fans create this small bubble of the same 5,000 people, and those same 5,000 people all gas each other up. The fans gas each other up. The fans of fan pages and of the artists themselves, we're all gassing everything up, right? Where everything seems like it's amazing. So inside of that world, these rappers feel huge. We feel like we're supporting the next big thing. We feel like everything is amazing and that these artists are fire. Here's the thing. Outside of the underground scene, outside of it, nobody cares. And a really big thing that I need you to see here is not only does nobody care, but a lot of these artists that we're supporting are not as great. And I'm sorry. I am so sorry. But I have not seen a single underground rapper this year or even in 2024 that is big enough to not only get put into the mainstream, but also succeed for years. The only exceptions that we've had in recent time, Yeet and Sofego, and those are very specific cases. Sofego has a sound that is digestible enough to mainstream audiences, because a lot of people who are fans of the underground are just like, oh, you just gotta listen to it 6 or 7 times. But here is the thing that you're not realizing. The average person does not have the time or give a shit about listening to an artist over and over and over again to understand a sound. Us underground fans can do that. The mainstream audience can't. When you have a Sofego and they're making easily digestible songs, something catchy, it's gonna click on. That's why Fego was able to click on, even if he's not doing everything that we've wanted him to do. Yeet is another artist where, although everything that he was doing wasn't insanely instantly digestible, he had instantly catchy songs in the beginning of his career, as well as a completely different sound and something that people literally to this very day are mimicking and imitating. You can have all of the underground love, all of the fan pages talking about you, you can have all of that, but that doesn't mean that your favorite artist is going to be huge or successful. It doesn't mean that the mainstream audience is going to attach to them, and you need to get that. I don't understand why underground fans feel like their favorite artist is going to be huge, and I'm just going to name some artists outright right now, and I don't care what they think of me. Osama Sun, Netspin, Until Japan, all artists that I listen to, that I'm a fan of, that I think are great artists, and they do make good music. Not amazing music, good music. Key words there. Because they have still yet to completely not only define a sound, they have a sound that is very specific to them, but they have not defined something that people are going to completely imitate into the mainstream. When you have a sound that people are going to start to imitate into the mainstream, into the point where every underground artist is trying to do that, think of artists like Yeet, Sofego, Playboi Carti, artists where not only are they being imitated by younger underground artist fans, but they're being imitated by people in real life with their style, with different things like that. That's a different breed of success, where a lot of these underground artists, here's the thing, right? You got an artist like Until Japan, people are like, oh my gosh, he's doing things so different, so da-da-da-da. But if you play Until Japan for any regular listener of mainstream music, first off, they might not like it instantly, but the ones who do like it are gonna say, oh, this sounds like this person, this sounds like that person, because it's not there enough. And I don't want you to sit here and take what I'm saying to you as hate. I'm not hating on these artists, but what I'm saying is that we as underground fans need to realize that we're in this bubble, and that's okay. We're in this bubble, and that's all right. It doesn't mean that what you're listening to is bad, because everybody is subjected, whatever the word is. Everybody is objective to your own opinion. We don't have to have everything liked by everybody. And I feel like underground fans get so tight when they hear people talking crap about their favorite artists, and rightfully so, you should defend your favorite artist. But realize that you're in a bubble that not everybody is going to like. The problem isn't being trash or being bad. The problem is thinking that you're not. And I think that's the big thing that I've always had a problem with a lot of these underground rappers, where they all have ridiculously huge egos. And I think a lot of it comes from getting success extremely rapidly and at a young age. And listen, I'm not that old. I'm 23. A lot of people who are like 16 are gonna be like, oh my gosh, you're an old head, but that's not old at all. And I'm still listening to all of the new music, but I came up during, I started listening to music during the time period of 2016 to 2021, where rap was doing amazing. And I was able to experience a lot of rappers who just had insane peak moments, like Yachty and Uzi and Trippy and Juice and X. I was alive. I was early in there. I was in high school when X was first coming out, you know? So I'm able to see artists that are really taking things to a different level and into the mainstream, and then artists who just aren't. And a lot of the underground rappers that we have right now aren't. Not that they're bad, but they are not doing anything different enough, unique enough. And one thing that we need to really keep in mind is we, because of social media and everything happening now, we get hooked onto these artists so quickly. They themselves have their egos boosted up and they don't have time to develop their sound projects, their brand. So then when they start to put out albums and we're like, oh, well, this is mid and this is this and this is that, then now we're swaying how their music is gonna sound in the future. And a lot of people don't realize, because underground fans are so biased, because they're so into it, when we influence them this early on, we start to mold them and create them into something that they didn't even know that they were gonna be, because they weren't sure yet. This is a really confusing conversation that I'm trying to have, but it's also, I think, makes a lot of sense for you to just see we're in a bubble, and that's okay. And underground music and underground rap right now is not amazing. It's not good, in my opinion. It's not good. It is listenable, it is cool, but it's not good to the extent of being able to be put into the mainstream. And you need to get that through your head, so that when every time you see people saying underground rap is dead and this is this, you need to understand you're in this bubble that is so confined, you can't see anything else. But that's okay. But here's the thing. Here's the counter argument. Most underground rappers aren't that great, but every artist can get better. Every underground rapper that you think is amazing now can get better. The issue is us boosting their egos and making them feel like they're good enough where they're at. So as soon as you give Osama-san and Netspan all this buzz, and then you also tell them that they're the next big thing, they don't believe that they have to work more or harder to make better music. The issue is we need to be able to be constructively critical at the exact same time as supporting them. Being able to tell them, hey, this ain't that great. Get back to the drawing board, but we're not gonna hate when you put out a project. We need to allow these artists to develop and build at the exact same time as putting out new music and doing what they gotta do. Do you think that the underground scene helps artists grow and that we're supporting them in a good way? Or do you think that we're just keeping underground artists delusional? You let me know what you think in the comments below. Sorry guys, my voice is a little gone. I was sick for a little bit, but we're getting back to it. If you're new here, please make sure to subscribe. I've got more content coming on the way. And if you want to follow me or any of my own music, you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok, willarmani. It's been your boy Will. Stay positive.